Good, appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this is LMTDTMFFR, or, say with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And how are you all today? I hope you are doing well as I am doing, which, is reasonably well, or at least not dead, which in this day and age is an achievement. Huzzahs to everybody out there who is not dead. If you are dead and watching this, I'm sorry for your loss. Never mind, do you know who else is not dead? Why, it's Sherlock Holmes. God blimey, Governor. And he will never be dead, because he was never alive. And I am talking a load of rubbish. But isn't that how this always starts and continues? And isn't that why you're here? Of course it is. So, let's load on up that game that we were playing. Let's see what Sherlock Holmes has for us today. Right, we left off with a death. And we were just about to arrive here and investigate it. Oh, look. Oh, I'm going to press tab. No, not tab to bring up the menu. Space to bring up the people we can talk to. Let's see what Watson has to say.
What are we doing, Holmes? What do you think, Holmes? What shall we do, Holmes? And so, Holmes? What are we doing, Holmes?
If you don't know, then neither do I. Alright, what have you got to say, person?
I have nothing to ask.
Oh, well, there we go. It's amazing how that person, turned around before we approached them. It's almost like they knew. Sherlock Holmes exerting his psychic powers on the person, making them turn around and face him before he said, "No, I do not need to talk to you." Same here.
I have nothing to ask.
Oh my goodness, somebody's exerting psychic powers upon me. I'd best turn around and see what they want. Oh, God blimey, it's that Sherlock Holmes guy. I knew he was trouble from the moment I heard his name. Nobody else should make a home on this planet except us humans. And nobody calls him Sherlock. It's not a real name. He's an elder being from outside time and space. And so forth. I am sure that is what everybody is saying. Never mind, hey, police officer, I am on the side of law and order.
You can go in, Mr. Holmes. She's there. We didn't touch a thing.
Oh, okay then. Also exports, D. Pavlovsky. Does that say cat's meat? Alright, okay, interesting. What about you, beggar lady? Do you have anything to say about anybody you saw tonight? No, you're not a lady. You're just a person wearing a hat that I can't... No, you are a lady.
I have nothing to ask.
I don't know. That's where the great Sherlock Holmes falls down. Being able to differentiate between male and females. Oh, God. Alright. Well, let's get slightly closer and out of the range of people. No. Yeah, and then over here. Right, there we go. Good. Now let's try clicking on the door. Packing case maker. Oh no, it looks like Watson suffers from the same problem as Holmes. Well, I thought I saw a policeman over here as we were coming along. Oh, okay. Out the back. This is where the murder was committed, is it? Alright, somehow I managed to see you all the way over there. That's great. I can see you through this
It was
cloth.
very good of PC Chandler to let us pass. He said no one has touched the corpse. It's the perfect opportunity for us to put our skills to the test. Watson, let's not waste it.
Ooh. Alright, well, before we do that... Hey there, PC. You're not Chandler, so who are you?
I have nothing to ask.
Oh. I mean, I had several questions to ask. What time was it called in? What's
What a
going on?
stench. Nobody's hiding inside.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't think anybody was hiding inside, but now I do. Oh. I'm going to do that several times now. No, I just want that.
This door must lead to the cellar. The latch has been recently repaired.
Oh, okay. I saw a black thing on... There we are. Can I... No. Alright. Oh. But there's loads of things over here. Well, that is... Let us see.
So, Doctor, shall we examine our victim?
Ah, I'm tired, Holmes. I'm not sure if I am in a state to do this work.
Indeed.
Come,
It
Watson,
might have
there's
been
little
I
time.
what did
Show
it.
me what you're made of.
There are several books where they go with the
God.
idea that
Pray,
it
Watson,
was
pull
Holmes
yourself
who did it.
together.
And he's suffering a
Can you
mental
establish the time
breakdown,
of the crime?
or
The extremities of the corpse are
Or
cold and
is-
rigor mortis is beginning to set in.
doing
I
it
would say that the
to
murder
catch
was committed
somebody
over
else,
2 hours
or
ago,
various
before
other
4:30
different
a.m.
types of works. And they're not great. Oh. See? I told you Sherlock Holmes was a being of eldritch power. Outside of time and space, he's turned the corpse into a drawing somehow. I don't know how that has happened, but well done, Holmes. Alright, let's have a look at the Victims Accoutrement. See what is there, first of all. Look, I clicked
A
on
piece
these.
of coarse muslin.
Alright,
2 combs, curiously arranged.
okay. No, what? I haven't looked at most of the other stuff yet. I don't know why you are sending me this. Alright, I mean, I can do that. The items of the victim's suit are very orderly. I can do that. Therefore, the items did not fall at the time of the event. The items did not belong to the killer. I'm guessing the items belong to the victim. But anyway. A. Chapman possessed some feminine items. Murderer searched A. Chapman. Well, I mean, no. I want to work out more stuff before we go over there. What's that? Scrap of envelope found at 29 Hanbury Street. M2S. The Royal Sussex Regiment. 28th of August 1888. So this is an envelope to somebody at the Royal Sussex Regiment.
A
Interesting.
torn envelope. It smells of rubbing alcohol. It contains 3 pills. I will take one. 2 should suffice for the police.
Cool. Well, if you're alright with committing theft of evidence, that's fine.
Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Alright, she's got bruises again. Oh, I forget I need to pick these up and go,
A
ooh,
bruise.
bruise. Another bruise?
The victim's face appears to have bruising, wouldn't you say?
Under the maxilla and cheek.
Right, so that's
There's
using
less
the
on
left
right
hand.
side.
Because there's multiple fingers on here and one over here, so that indicates a thumb. Right?
Look at her neck. What can you tell me?
There are 2 incisions.
Okay, 2 incisions. Can't identify anything. I can't go down either. What's this black smudge? It's not important. Alright. Let's close this, and now let's look at this.
Now, let's look at the stomach, or at least what remains of it.
It's dreadful, Holmes. Who could do that to someone?
That's what you're here for, Watson. Tell me what this man has done.
The stomach has been entirely opened and... Oh, my God! A number of organs have been removed.
So, you're telling me that the organs were removed, Watson. They weren't ripped out.
Not at all, Holmes. On the contrary, this is clearly the work of an expert. I couldn't have done any better myself. And the uterus is missing.
You seem to know an awful lot there, Watson. Was it perhaps you? Oh, there's blood over here. Alright, I don't know.
Bloodstains on the wall.
Well, no, that's on the step. But alright.
The blood is a dozen inches or so from the ground.
And this is presumably... No, that's not what I wanted. I was looking at that over there. Oh. Alright. Well, I can't see anything else. Oh, I've obviously missed something. And there's something
there are
here?
no trails on the ground. There's no sign of a struggle.
Oh, okay. Alright. And again, I must have missed something here. What? What did I miss? Oh. No, not bruised eye. Alright, there's the 2 cuts.
Look at her neck. What can you tell me?
There are 2 incisions.
Yep. Okay. You can't see anything on the hands. Can't really go down any further than this. There's no scrolling here. So I'm going to press the spacebar. What am I missing? No? You're not going to let me do that? Oh, mouth again. Yeah, that is what I missed.
The tongue is swollen.
And she appears to be missing a tooth. Oh, okay. There's another point here to look at.
Looky here. It would seem he has a mark on his left hand.
Looky here. Yes. Yes, Holmes. You master deductive reasoner, you. You can say looky. I would have said that looked like a cigarette burn, but it's obviously not. No, we're not going to say anything there. He's got...
The victim must have worn a large ring or several little ones, and someone pulled them off forcefully. This detail will be very valuable,
Oh.
Watson. You can be sure of that.
Maybe that's a bracelet there, then? I don't know. No? Nothing else to find here?
My dear Watson, now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
Looky, looky indeed. Alright, hold on one second. Before we do that, I want to see... Hey there, buddy. Anything more to say?
I have nothing to ask.
When was the person found? At what time did this happen? Who called it in? Do you happen to know the name of the victim? Did anybody see the murderer? Perhaps the murderer is hiding upstairs. Have you thoroughly searched the premises? So many questions. Yeah, up the stairs. I want you to look upstairs and see if there's anything up here. Oh, alright. First person view. Oh. Interesting. You can see out into the back garden from here. Unsurprisingly. Oh. It's very dirty. It looks as though somebody looked outside there. Frequently. Picture frame with a picture torn out. Ah! A Watson running in front of me. What's in this room? Nothing? Okay, so we can't actually do anything up here. Alright. Let's go down into the garden just in case it, you know, messes with the sequence for some reason. Oh. Hey!
This fence separates the courtyard from the neighbours, 27 Hanbury Street.
I'm not entirely certain why I had to look at the... Oh.
This apron is soaked with water and has left a clear mark on the ground. It must have been left in water for several hours and has been there for some time.
Okay, cool. I'm not entirely certain. I'm still not certain why I needed to look at the fence to work out that next door was the next number. Apparently I don't need to look at this one. Or here. Let's press space. See if it... Alright, you're done. Oh, 2 floors. I only saw us upstairs going up 1. Oh well. Alright, okay. Looks like it is time for the murder board. Oh. Oh, that is the pill that we found. Alright. I don't know why you are up there, but here we are. Alright, okay. So let's just grab these and bung these on here. Let's do that with everything for right now, because it doesn't actually matter. It just goes somewhere. Alright, well, I've successfully placed them all. I mean, why you couldn't do that before yourself? Okay. Need the footsteps, no streaks of blood on the ground. Okay, so... I don't think the killer blurred the traces, otherwise we would notice that. The victim wasn't dragged, or the victim carried the victim. The killer carried the victim, not the victim grabbing the victim. Power of deduction! The fence decides the gardens. Genius, Holmes! Indeed. The victim wasn't dragged. The killer did not carry the victim because there's blood here at the scene, so the victim wasn't dragged. Right on the fence is a dozen inches off the ground, so blood spurted onto the wall near the stairs. So they must have been standing or crouching, I guess. The victim had her throat slit while lying down and still alive. The victim had her throat slit while standing up, and her throat slit while laying down and already dead. Well, if she was laying down and it did it, then it all would have pulled out where she is. Possibly some would have got on if... No. Looks like the... If you... Hold on. You're holding it like that and you're cutting like that. Could have splashed onto the fence, but onto the stairs as well? I'm uncertain. I'll come back to that one. I'll come back to that one, I said. Alright, okay. The bruises under the right jawbone and beneath the left cheek. The victim held the murderer held the victim's chin with his right hand. The murderer bit the victim. The murderer held the victim's chin with his left hand. Indeed, left hand again. The tongue was bloated. So, strangulation again. And an envelope is near the victim's head. Okay, yep, we saw that. An envelope was brought out by the victim. An envelope drifted near the head. The victim wanted to give an envelope to the killer. Think an envelope was brought out by the victim. I mean, I do not know that for certain. That is what I will guess. An envelope fell during the murder. A. Chapman was holding an envelope in her hand. The envelope belongs to A. Chapman. I think an envelope fell during the murder. No, you don't like that one. Well, we'll come back to you. The victim had her throat slit while lying down and still alive. I think it has to be while they were up. This leads to the conclusion. The murderer slit the victim's throat with his right hand. The murderer slit the victim's throat with his left hand. The murderer slit the victim's throat with both hands. I don't think it was both hands. So, and you start at the same place. So it's going to be... I think it's with the right hand, if the left hand is busy doing something else. So, the killer Chapman must be left-handed, must be right-handed, is ambidextrous. I mean, it's doing both things again, so I don't think that is right, but anyway. Ambidextrous. A. Chapman died of strangulation. I think A. Chapman was brutally strangled and then had her throat slit. She did not die of fright. Well, I'm getting all of these wrong today. A. Chapman's murder cleaned the gland. A. Chapman's murder took place on the premises. I think they took place on the premises. No, you don't like that either. Well, there we go. I am doing it all wrong today. The appearance of the victim was very orderly. The appearance belonged to the victim. The body is cold at the extremities and rigor mortis has barely started. Okay, the crime was committed barely 2 hours ago then. It's not had time for rigor to set in and then go away again. Recent, large scrapes on the first phalanx of the middle finger. The victim struggled against the murderer and scratched him. The victim must have worn one or more rings. I mean, you've already told us that, Holmes. I deduce from your hint that you, in fact, may have the walkthrough at hand. But I will have fun with this murder, as if you can. A. Chapman took off her rings. Nope, A. Chapman, murderer is a weak man. Murderer stole A. Chapman's rings. Huzzah! I got one thing right, at least. Right. Murder was committed barely 2 hours ago. Murder of A. Chapman was committed before 4:30. After 4:30, A. Chapman's murderer took their time. I think it was before 4:30. That was merely a guess because I have no idea what the time is here in Sherlock Land. Alright. A. Chapman's murderer likes combs. A. Chapman's murderer is unfeeling and organised. Yes, I don't think they panicked because they laid them out in a nice orderly fashion. So, is unfeeling and organised. Good. And A. Chapman struggled greatly. A. Chapman possesses some feminine items. The murderer searched A. Chapman. I think it's the murderer searched A. Chapman. It's not unusual that A. Chapman possessed some feminine items, given that she's Annie Chapman. There we go. I got all of those right. Wait, 2 or 3 is up and 2 or 3 is also down? Oh, okay. This is 3 of 3. And I can only go up. Okay. There's an incision. Form the right neck to the left, going around the neck. There's an incision form it, is there? Not from it. Okay. There's an incision on the neck from the right side, stopping in the middle of the throat. The wound around the neck is jerky and not all in one piece. Okay. There is an incision from the right to the left. Starting on the right, going to the left, using your right hand then. Well, I guess that depends which way up the knife is. But assuming you're holding it with the stabby blade protruding out from where your thumb is. You're being the count. Thank you for counting along with me. I need the help. Alright. Alright, what are the possible conclusions that you're coming to? The murderer used a bad knife. The murderer used a very sharp blade. The murderer panicked. The wound around the neck is jerky and not all in one piece. I think the murderer used a bad knife this time around. Which seems at odds. It's not a very sharp blade. But yeah. That seems like the wrong deduction because nothing else has popped up. But alright. A. Chapman's killer used a weapon of great size. A. Chapman's killer didn't use weapons. A short, supple blade, because they were removed by the hands of an expert, and a weapon of great size is not useful in that one. No! That one is wrong, okay. Or at least... Alright. Did you use a very sharp blade? No, because that doesn't work out. Alright, so let's just put you back to bad knife and see what other conclusions we can draw. Oh, is it didn't use weapons as in a scalpel is not a weapon? No? Okay. Used a weapon of great size? Really? Okay, fine. I mean, that was just a process of elimination, but I don't understand why that one is. It was not ripped out, it was removed and taken, and I don't believe it was eaten, because there's no evidence of that here. So, conclusion. A Chapman's killer had a knowledge of anatomy. A Chapman's killer lost the uterus. Chapman's killer went at it with a fury. Well, it's not hacked, so it's not with a fury, so it must be a knowledge of anatomy. Alright. A Chapman killer drew marks on her neck. A Chapman's killer wanted to remove the glottis. A Chapman's killer wanted to decapitate her. I don't think any of those are true. Did you want to decapitate her? No, I didn't think so. I'm just going to go through all possible combinations for this one. Alright, so this is definitely wrong. So you used a very sharp blade? But that doesn't make sense. The murderer can't panic and not panic. Maybe the murderer... Alright, did you use a sharp blade? You didn't use a sharp blade though, because the wound around the neck is jerky and not all in one piece. If it was a sharp blade, then the cut would be neat and precise. Alright, okay. Why would someone strangle someone to death and then cut the throat? That is a good point. I don't know why. Okay, well we've done four of them here. So here we are, back at this page where I get everything wrong. Okay. So neither footsteps nor streaks of blood on the ground. So the victim wasn't dragged. Alright, the victim had her throat slit while standing up. Obviously not. I don't think she was lying down. Oh, no, she must have been down and already dead, because then the blood wouldn't have pumped anywhere. Oh, wait a second. Did that change everything? Ah! No, okay, she was lying down and still alive, but that doesn't make sense, because there's no blood everywhere. Alright. But the murder did take place on the premises and was partially strangled and then had her throat slit. Okay. I was going to say, I thought the strangulation was not the killing method. It was just a, this is how you shut up and don't scream and catch me. Okay. Still think he did it with the right hand. I think he held the chin with the left. Because holding up my hand and looking which hand is my left and my right, there's a single bruise on one side of the face and multiple bruises on the other. Well, that doesn't say they're ambidextrous. Okay, so they must be right-handed, must they? Right. Because we cut with the right hand, but you try to control them with the left hand. If I was trying to strangle someone, or control them, I would reach out with my dominant hand. Which would have led me to believe that, given that they did the left and held the knife in the right, that they were ambidextrous, because they could use either hand equally. I don't know how good I'd be trying to strangle someone with one hand, and then cutting them with the other. Unless they were meant to be strangling them with both hands, but that just doesn't show up in the evidence. Alright. The tongue is bloated, the victim was strangled. Good. So, an envelope was brought out by the victim. An envelope fell during the murder. I mean, I don't think it belonged to the killer. No, you don't think it belonged to the killer either. Okay, so
I
it
hear a
was
noise coming from the street, Watson. The authorities are arriving. It's time for us to go.
Holmes has been locked away in his room for days, always saying the same things. I'm thinking, Watson. Very good, Watson. As you wish, Watson. But I am thinking too, so much so that I can't sleep. Annie Chapman. Good Lord.
Sounds to me like Holmes has become an NPC. And he's just repeating the same few phrases over and over again. What a dreadful disease to come down with right about now, especially when we need him so. Never mind. Alright. Are you gonna... No, you don't want to read anything? Or look at anything? There's still that pill. We want to know what that pill was. Oh. What was in the pills? That is the important thing. Right.
Holmes examined the broken jar that belonged to Finley's tenant. I wonder what this substance is. I don't recognize the odour.
You going to tell us?
Formalin, Watson. This jar contained formalin. Interesting, don't you think? I've been waiting for something for days. Just the tiniest bit of news that would make sense of this whole matter. But there's nothing, neither from the press nor the police. Unless Inspector Aberline is holding on to some information without realizing its importance, which is quite possible. It is time for you to return to the police station in Whitechapel, Watson. And didn't you tell me that you had a matter to take care of it? Take advantage of it to learn more about this pill and its contents.
Ah, but Holmes, it's late, and spending another night in this district is hardly my idea of entertainment.
I know, Doctor, but we don't have any choice. Time is against us. Take your pistol in case you run into any troublesome characters.
Fine, as you wish, Holmes.
Getting everybody out of the area again, Holmes. Is there going to be another murder tonight? Or am I just being overly suspicious? Well, let's have a look at items and things. So there's the pill. There's all the dialogues we've had. Nope. Notes. Loads of notes. I am not going to read through all the notes because this is just a reiteration of everything that we've done. This is just to tell us. There we go. Notes don't contain any new items. They're only meant to expand upon the facts already stated. Good. Alright. And those are all our deductions. Alright. So, back to the map. Enter Whitechapel. I mean, I guess we start at the police station and then make our way to, not the brothel, the clinic later to find out about that thing, rather than doing some sort of chemical analysis on it, or asking people. It's the 11th to the 12th at 10:35 PM. Alright. Well then, God blimey, Governor. What you got going on in this police station, eh? What's going on? Is it going to be Officer Chance?
Good evening. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all, Doctor. This man, Mr. Richardson, is a witness to the horrid affair at 29 Hanbury Street, the murder of Annie
Indeed,
Chapman.
it was me
We
what
are
done it.
discussing the relevance of his testimony.
Well, say some things rather than... No, okay, I need to click on a thing over here. Alright. I mean... In terms of this game, then yes, it is me what is doing it, because every time I turn on this game, those particular pixels are deemed to be murdered. So yes, it is me what done it. In that sense. But, you know, not in a historical sense. I am not Jack the Ripper. I have not invented time travel and set up a great mystery to solve that would be excellent to play through on stream. I am not that dedicated to streaming, I'm afraid. Inventing time travel and then going back and murdering people? I can think of other things I'd rather be doing than that. But, you know, if one of you is going to invent it and go back and do that to have this great mystery come up and create a game, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Makes this stream more interesting. But I don't think it's one of you either.
You're probably not in a position to discuss it with me, but I would like to know more about what you call the relevance of this young man's testimony.
Oh, there's no secrecy. It's simply that the testimony given by Mr. Richardson doesn't match the time of death given by the coroner, Dr. Phillips.
What was the time of death, according to him?
Before 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we deduced as well. Are there any other
My
witnesses?
conclusions were the same. Were there any other conflicting testimonies?
Well, 2 other witnesses summoned at the preliminary inquest gave testimony, but in these cases too, the times don't match.
Do you remember what it was they said?
I didn't question them myself. A colleague of mine took down their statements on paper, but on deciding they were of little use, he tore them up and threw them in the bin. There's no point in being bogged down with useless paperwork.
So what you're saying is, I now need to fish them out of the bin and do a jigsaw puzzle paper witness testimony puzzle. Yay!
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Oh, look, here they are. Let's pick up these scraps and do a puzzle. Do you mind
Here
if
are
I
the
do
ripped
that?
statements. I can piece them together again.
Alright, can I rotate them? I can rotate them, so that is not necessarily the corner piece. But for right now, we will grab these and make them... Ah, no, okay. So we know that one does not go there. Oh, and we can see letters on that one that I hadn't previously noticed. Oh, and they actually fit exactly. Alright, well that will help. Alright, and you are probably this bit down here. Great. Oh no. Nope. Then you must be up here. Oh, hold on a second. Is there more than one page, or... What is going on here? These are corner pieces, right? I guess, potentially. No? They could be straight... Well, I don't know what's going on there. There's more than one page. Alright, okay. So there's no guarantee that what I have here is of the same page. Indeed, there might be 2 pages, but then how do I get to the second page? How do I know which page is which? This is not right. Alright, well let's assume that this is... No? Alright, can I... If I click over... No, it puts it back down there. Fine. Alright. Okay, those definitely go together, but whether they're on this one page, who knows? Just build it as an actual puzzle. Okay, that is correct. 40 years old. No. Alright, let's find the other side. Yep. No. Okay, so this... Oh... Okay, the page is slightly lighter. Alright, okay, maybe this does not spread the whole of the thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Alright, so what we've actually got is 2 pages side by side, not one extra long. Well, I mean, that's about the size of an A4 page. Alright, that's what we got. There we go. I will leave you now, says Dr. Watson. He then walks over to the bin and makes up 2 things, 2 statements instead. But they weren't right, Dr. Watson, and anything that you read in there is inadmissible in a court of law. I guess it's not inadmissible in a court of law, it's just not used by those
There,
people.
all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
Yes, he could have done. Alright, testimony of E. Long. On the morning of the murder, the witness left her domicile at 32 Church Street at approximately 5 a.m. to get to Spitalfield Market. She was passed down Hanbury Market Street at about 5:30 a.m. The witness was certain at the time, as she declared that she heard the clock at the Black Eagle Brewery on Brick Street Lane, the half hour just before she entered the street. Strike the half hour, sorry. In front of 29 Hanbury Street, she saw a man and a woman talking. It should be noted that the witness identified the body of Anne Chapman at the morgue as being the aforementioned woman. This identification was solicited by our services. The woman was seen with the victim as described by the witness below. Age at least 40 years old, height a little taller than the woman with whom she was discussing, approximately 5 foot 3 inches. Clothing, brown deerstalker hat, dun dun dun, dark coat, down this page. Point, general appearance of the working class. Particular markings, dark hair and moustache, dark face, like a foreigner. The witness only saw the man from behind and wouldn't be able to recognize or identify him. The term foreigner is often associated with a person of Jewish origin. Well, alright, that's only one testimony. Right, the second one just spawns in immediately. Fine. Thank you for telling me they are side by side. I really should look at the chats slightly more often than that. When I was focused on the puzzle, you would have, solved a lot of things for me. Okay, so the testimony of A. Kedosh. The witness resides at 24 Hanbury Street. The building adjoining number 29 of the same street and the 2 respective backyards are separated by a thin wooden fence, tall and thin. My word, Holmes already worked that out ages ago. He is the master detective. He knows how fences work. On the morning of the murder, the witness got up at 5:15 a.m. and went to the yard, where the latrine was. It was then 5:20 a.m. On going back into the house, the witness heard voices from behind the fence coming from number 29. The only word that he understood was no. Went into the building again, but returned into the yard approximately 4 minutes later, whereupon he heard a noise, as if something fell against the fence. He then departed for work. When he passed in front of the Spitalfield Church, it was approximately 5:32 a.m. Huh. So either something is wrong with all those clocks, or somehow the murderer has thrown off the time of death by cooling the body or something. I don't know. Alright, thank you, A. Kadosh and E. Long. Ah! Alright, Old police report concerning arrests. April 1986. At gunpoint from the White Plume Mountain Inn, also called the Kayak Affair, 5 years. Dunmore. Who, or what is at gunpoint? Alright. Or are we just picking up another piece? Alright, Benjamin Benny, the scholar. Faggot. 46. Houndsditch. Falsifying bank records. Using false bank records. Misappropriation of funds. To the detriment of the Royal... Oh, detriment. of the Royal Bank of London. 8 years. Dartmoor. Jacob Levy, 30. Aldgate. Theft of the weight of meat from his employer. Ivan Sampson. Butcher at 58 Gould Street. Whitechapel. 20 months. Essex County Asylum. Ron Obvious. Alright, Ron Obvious. You have a name that is made for crime, obviously. 26. Address unknown. Vagrancy. Embezzlement. Indecent assault. Degradation of religious authorities in charge of the Chichester Cathedral. City of London Lunatic Asylum. Indeterminate duration. James Longfoot Jim Nozzer. 20. Whitechapel. Alright, but you're not going to tell me anything more. Fine, alright.
An old report on arrests that took place a few years earlier.
Red herring. Yes. I prefer red herring.
Closed.
I know, that's why I clicked on it, so that you could go and open it. No? Alright, fine. Then let's go somewhere else. Like, come forward. No? Alright, cool. If you don't want to do this, then I will walk you forward the few spaces so that when we do that... Yeah, there we go. And there's nothing here, is there? No, we've looked at the... Oh, picture of Queen Victoria.
Her Majesty Queen Victoria. What would she think of this mess?
God bless her, Madge. She wouldn't like it. She wouldn't like it at all. Hello. Can I talk to you about the testimonies I've put together?
Excuse me, Doctor, but I must take Mr. Richardson's statement.
Oh, alright. How about you?
May I introduce myself? I'm Dr. Watson.
Piss off.
I am...
You wouldn't be the chap what writes the detective stories in that there paper?
Well, yes, indeed, my stories have been published in the Strand.
Go blimey, wanna tell me old mum?
It would seem your testimony is the subject of some
You're
debate.
not going to tell me young mum,
Could
though.
you tell me what it was about?
She wouldn't like
Let
it.
me
She's
tell
not
you,
a
I'm a
friend
bit
of yours.
befuddled about the times that I told them.
Fan.
But it can't be so. I knows what I sees and what I don't sees that morning.
What did you see, or what didn't you see? And at what time, would you say?
I tell
Exactly.
you this for
Cool,
nothing.
blimey, Gavner.
It's me old mum who lives at the house where the body was found out back in the garden. She has her shop at the bottom to the right of the stairs. Her door was broken down not too far back because it's a real zoo it is. Right, the morning it happened, I head that way to see if me old mum has finally had the place broken into. It was 4:45 when I got there. That I'll swear on me dear old mum's life. I had a look round to see if the cellar had been
But not
taken.
my own.
No.
I'm not
I didn't
stupid.
sit down on the stairs by the courtyard because me shoes were causing me no end of pain and I had a cut and all. I didn't see a single thing below the steps, Doctor, not one single thing. If there was some bird all covered in blood, tain't no how I could have missed that, even if it were night time. Right, 5 minutes after getting to number 29, I had to clip off. And now they tells me that either I can't tell time no more, or I was fixing me loafer next to a stiff that was still steaming. All right then. Evening, gents.
Well, it does seem contradictory, doesn't it? I don't know why you looked down at the floor and then looked immediately back at the policeman, but okay. Hey. Did you get all of that?
Doctor?
Did you find out anything on Dr. Tumblety?
By the way, have you heard of a Dr. Tumblety?
No. Is it important?
Yes. Well, no, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I have heard about this man.
I thought we
his
talked about this last time I was
nocturnal
here.
outings and bizarre behaviour.
What does this chap look like, Doctor? And where can we find him?
I don't know, and I can't tell you that I don't know, apparently. So let's talk about murders in general.
So, how far along are the investigations into these two recent
Oh,
murders?
you want to talk about these
Everyone
particular
around
murders?
here
All right,
believes
okay.
both crimes were committed by the same man. But as for the Hanbury Street and Bucks Row crimes, nobody has heard or seen a thing.
Alright. Tell me about Finley, the landlord of the boarding house, right?
The last I heard was that he was staying at Finley's place, the man
Oh.
who was looking for me a few days ago.
It would greatly assist us if you could ask Finley what your strange associate looks like. We could then see if the description matches any witness accounts.
Did you see that? Are you proud of me? I remembered somebody's name and what they did.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Oh, I thought your name was Chance. I didn't remember your name, though. Alright, everything's back to normal. Out the door. Then, who has just left this carriage here? And more importantly, why hasn't the carriage been stolen by other people yet? Oh. No, that is still marked off. That is good. That means that if I look at a thing, it could be marked off forever. Let me bump right into you and then walk between you. Is how we do it here in Victorian London. No, down there. Yep. Alright. I don't know that you're using so much processing power. Oh.
There is a strong smell of gas. It seems to be coming from the abandoned building.
Okay. Hello, Governor. Person, my good man.
Evening, Finley. How are you?
Oh, good evening, Doctor. So. And you?
Can you smell
It
gas?
smells of gas here.
You might say, Doctor, without wanting to speak ill of the force, I have to wonder if the police are up to something.
What do you mean?
Well, I was outside yesterday evening when the light went out at my place, and a gas smell came from the abandoned building across from my place. And a minute later, the police arrived and was snooping all around like it was them who hid the gas before arriving.
Ah. Perhaps one of the suspects can turn into gas. Did you ever think of that? Maybe it's Dracula.
Have things sorted themselves out with your strange tenant?
Don't talk about it, Doctor. That man is truly bizarre. He goes to the most sordid locations once night falls. 3 days ago, my wife told me she saw him come in with blood-stained clothes and a fearsome look.
Ooh. Please tell me more about this talent.
Interesting. What does he look like, and how old is he?
And where's your
he's
wife?
my age, give or take, so the other side of 50. He's always dressed in a striking manner with an American hat. He's
my
big,
God, an
close to
American hat.
5'11", I'd say. He has a strange voice, not just his accent, see, his voice.
So what you're saying, how do you determine it's an American hat? It's a top hat, but fashioned out of material that looks like the flag. Does that have stars and stripes going all the way around it? Because that is what I'm imagining as an American hat right now. I mean, the other kind of American hat is a baseball cap. But I don't imagine that is a thing that has been invented by the Victorian era. What do you think of when you think of an American hat? People in the chat, please describe these American hats for me. I would love to know. Alright then, goodbye.
Very well. Goodbye for now, Finley.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Now then, let's go to the police station.
What? Again? I was just there. I'm going to the clinic. I don't care what you say. And I'm going to walk there. On a long, slow manner. Because I want to see if the lady who we would chat at is at home. Wait, I saw her. I had a. Oh, right, that must have been what I was there. She's not there to talk to. Alright. Well, let's continue on. You think of a hat that is American. You just think of a hat that has. That it could be any old hat anywhere, and it just happens to be American. You get to the clinic by going down here, right? Has it got its passport with it so that you know it's American? Or is it talking loudly or something? How do you know it is American? No, this is not the church. So that is an entirely different church. Yes, go in, Doctor. You will take no further questions at this time. Alright then. Fine. I will take no further answers from you at this time. Oh! Hey, look. I can make the pill appear and disappear when rotating my mouse. I didn't realise that. Hello, Doctor. Did you get... No, hello, Doctor. No? Yeah, there you are. Now, I said
evening,
hello.
Dr. Gibbons.
Dr. Watson.
How is it? The
Did
cane?
you keep the cane we spoke of last time?
I was going to sell it tomorrow, would you believe, having not heard word.
Oh, have I not done that yet? Wait a second, I thought I arranged for the things to be done.
Do you have any formalin here?
No, definitely not. They have it in university hospitals to conserve anatomical specimens in jars. But in a little clinic like mine, we don't keep anything but bad memories.
Okay, goodbye.
Well, farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
I mean,
I must retrieve Sickart's cane at all costs.
right, I know, but we saved that, didn't we? We worked out what cane it was, and we... Take me down here. Now... No? There's nothing here I can use? No? I mean... Oh, maybe... Maybe we need to go back and talk to the old cobbler. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I came to that conclusion. You came to that conclusion far quicker than I did. You know, I thought... Alright, well. Screw that. Let's go into first person view. And run faster than we can possibly think about. There we are, all the way over here. Now, I am talking to you, Solomonovich, sorry. Hello! Are you here? Yes, there you are.
Good evening, Mr. Solomonovich.
Good evening, Doctor. What a pleasure to see you again.
How was Pfizer?
Tell me, did John Pizer turn himself
Pizer,
in to
sorry.
the police?
Things unfolded as they should. Look in the newspaper, the Daily News from today.
I don't know why, but your eyes looked weird there for a second. Alright.
Have you finished converting the
I
harness?
will look at the
Yes,
newspaper.
just now. I got a little behind because of all the commotion.
Oh, what commotion?
Commotion?
Don't you start. 3 days ago, the very afternoon that you passed by, there was a chase throughout the neighborhood. Hundreds of people were chasing one man, claiming he was responsible for the murders these last few days. Schmonz! It was awful. I hope those maniacs didn't catch him. Better the police should.
Alright, thanks very
Farewell,
much.
Isaac.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Is there anything... Ah, here we are. The Whitechapel murders. There is good reason why, without prejudice to the case of the man who is now in custody, the public acceptance of the maniacal theory should be endorsed and encouraged. There is positive danger in the growth of any other opinions at present in Whitechapel. As we have said, mutilation of bodies, excepting in rare cases to further the murderer's chance of safety, is foreign to the English style of crime. There is a disposition at once, therefore, to set down some such atrocities to the credit of some ill-bred and ill-nourished foreigner from the lowest dens of vice in Europe. Ah, we're doing racism. It couldn't be this. This is an un-English crime. Must be one of them Johnny foreigners. Okay. Thank you very much, established press. Only one voice actor. No, I think there is more than one. But I think the voice actors they do have must wear a variety of hats, so to speak. Speaking of only one voice actor, time for me to continue reading. So, in Whitechapel, there was arising a murmur of ugly foreboding of some of the foreign element there. Sheer rumour of the silliest kind was beginning to take an odious precision, and there was arising in the East End a Judenhaus more abhorrent than that which abroad is due to religious fanaticism. To hate the Jew for his religion, to call him misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon his Jewish gabardine, even metaphorically, is bad enough. But to call him leather apron, and to imply thereby his readiness to murder women, and practice anatomy with a knife upon them, is the refinement of cruelty. There was reason to fear till yesterday that the tendency towards thus insulting the Jews of Whitechapel was growing amidst the embarrassing perplexity as to the origin of the murders. Police have discouraged the line of suspicion by acting momentarily upon it, and then proving by the release of the Jew whom they arrested that there was not a doubt of his innocence. For the happy result we may look lightly upon the apparent ludicrous error of the arrest. Pizer, the man arrested, was found sitting quietly at home, totally undisturbed by any panic or bloodthirsty demand for the mystical personage, Leather Apron. He is said to be a poor, sickly man whom it was not possible to associate the assassin now so eagerly wanted, and the reporters seem to have found what the police might easily also have learned, that he had not left his house since Thursday last. Isa, however, will probably not regret his short detention, if it finally put a stop to those anti-Jewish suspicions. The inquest on the body of Annie Chapman was opened yesterday, without throwing any new light on the murder. As a result of the investigations of the police into the circumstances attending the murder of Annie Chapman at Whitechapel, several men were arrested yesterday on suspicion. The arrests which were considered to be of most importance were those of a Polish Jew named Pizer, near the scene of the crime, and a man named Piggott at Gravesend. Pizer was released last evening, but Piggott, being considered to be insane, is to be detained under observation. In what way was he determined to be insane? Was he actually insane, or was he just espousing views such as women should be equal to us, and there should be no slavery? As that would indeed have got you registered as insane. And, I feel I'm going to apologise for having played this game without thinking about the anti-Jewish sentiment that is within it. Can I go into your back room? No, I cannot. Alright, fine. I mean, I know it is a product of the time, and this is what actually happened in history. But it's still not exactly nice to talk about. And to give a wider view to. Indeed, insanes in the membranes. If indeed they had membranes. Back to the dispensary with the harnesses, and maybe if I select the pill and talk to you about it, you will discuss more about the pill with me. So, there we go. Let's talk to you about the pill. Like that. You gonna say something about it?
Yes, Doctor?
Pills. There we go.
Could you tell me what type of pill this is?
Yes, we have those here. It's not really a medication. We give them to patients with chronic respiratory conditions like tuberculosis.
Alright. Is Annie Chapman one of your patients?
Did you have a patient by the name of Annie Chapman, the woman killed 3 days ago?
Indeed. She came in the morning of her death. Poor woman.
Did you give her these pills?
Yes, now that I think of it. She actually came in twice. The first time I gave her an almost empty container without making her pay. She came back during the day and said she dropped the container and stepped on the pills. She wanted to know if I could give her more again without paying. I refused. After she left, a patient who was there told me that he lives at the same place and confided that she had been lying. He saw the pills fall in the tenement's communal kitchen, but the woman immediately wrapped them up in a piece of paper.
Where did this paper come from?
According to this man, she'd found it near the chimney in the kitchen.
Anyone could have thrown that paper there. That envelope can't have anything to do with the murder.
Pardon, Doctor?
Nothing. I was just talking to myself.
Not the pill, but just generally the pills that we found. But where did that paper come from? Well, let me tell you, because the person I was talking to also answered that question with the most exacting knowledge you could possibly need to discount that paper from the crime. You know? How very fortuitous.
Well,
Thank you.
farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
I must retrieve Sickert's cane at all costs.
I know. That's what I'm going to do right now by selecting the... Okay, they don't look horrible. By selecting the harnesses and now talking to the doctor.
Yes, Doctor?
Harness.
Here are your harnesses, Doctor.
They are top quality, I'd say. Definitely worth the price of this walking stick. Here, it's yours.
Now I have it. Thank
Well,
you very much.
farewell, Doctor.
Goodbye, Dr. Watson.
Now,
I must go to Miss Bella's.
exactly. Now to go and apply cane to foppish artist guy. He could have been the doctor who did it. Indeed, the fetch chain slowly unravels as well. Yeah, let's just fast travel over there to brothel. Oh, hello. You weren't standing around outside. Oh,
No,
I need
it
to go.
would be better not to insist.
To insist on what? I was going to ask her some questions. Have you been standing here for a long time? Where is the man who usually stands there, is what I was going to ask, not realising I was outside the gates. Hey, actually, you going to say anything to me?
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
Nope, you're just going to say the same voice again. Alright, she did it. You're just going to accuse everybody, right? And then at the end, you're going to say, aha, I accused that person, told you it was them, aren't you? Oh no! Artist man is gone. I cannot vigorously apply cane to head. Alright. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. Your door was open. Isn't that a little dangerous?
She's got a gun right there.
Don't worry, if the looks of anyone who enters doesn't please me, me and my pistol know how to convince them to leave.
I mean, you could keep that pistol underneath or closer to you because that is a long way away. And then you're going to clip the VOD where they said it as well. Okay, I see. Alright, that's smart. That will prove that you are the better detective. Was it Annie Chapman? Did Annie Chapman
Do
do
you
it?
happen to know Annie Chapman, the poor woman who was killed 3 days ago?
Dark Annie? Like all the drifters in the area, I've seen her once or twice. With respect to the dead, Annie really was the bottom of the barrel.
What do you mean?
Well, in our profession, the pretty young ones go out when night has barely fallen and don't have a problem finding takers. But poor girls like Annie or Polly Nichols, who aren't as tender and are often sick, sometimes trudge around for a whole night in the cold and the rain before landing a client. And that doesn't help their appearances either. They don't have much choice about paying for a bed for a few hours, a glass of gin or a hot meal.
How terribly sad.
That's the price of survival in Whitechapel, my angel. One of my girls knew Annie for some time. They bought some jewellery on the black market, I think.
Jewellery? How could Annie Chapman have possibly afforded jewellery?
Luxuries for a woman are always relative to her condition, Doctor. As a matter of fact, it was real cheap junk. Annie got 3 assorted brass rings, I think. It's been said I have a memory for jewellery.
But not for matching what you say to the subtitles, because you said assorted jewellery, assorted copper bands, and the subtitle said matching copper bands. So, were they assorted or were they matching? Can you tell me? No? Alright, fine. Well, there we go then. That is a thing. Alright. I was also going to make some other point, but I can't remember what it was. So, hey, tell me about Lucy.
How is Lucy keeping?
She's doing well, Doctor. But believe me, it
Oh, I know
won't
what I was going to
last.
say.
Rare are the girls who can build a future in our profession.
I mean, okay, given the lighting situation of the Victorian era, would it not have been better for those people who are plain, or not as good looking as the younger girls, to have gone out later at night when it is more difficult for people to see their features, and thus enhance their ability to get a client, or a less discerning client, or a drunker client, and thus they wouldn't have had to have gone around during the night? No?
Very well, I shall let you get back to work.
And then they wouldn't have had to
See
be
you
out
soon, my
all
love.
night doing stuff. Still. Alright, Now I've said that so that I can go bring up the cane and then talk to you.
You're still there, Doctor?
Yes, I am. This time I'm going to talk to you about
I
cane.
found the cane that was stolen from your client. Here it is.
Doctor, you are a real saint, I can see that. I'll finally be able to present my bill to this damned painter. If by chance you see him, tell him that a little surprise awaits him here.
I would love to be able to tell that guy that.
You told me you would give me some information on this Dr. Tumblety.
Agreed.
Oh, Tumblety.
He's a Canadian or an American. He parades from time to time through the neighbourhood in a 50-guinea suit and acts like a doctor. But for business, he isn't worth it. This damn Yankee hates women. The few times that he was approached by the girls, he spit on them, all the while hurling insults. It would seem that he was hunting for the bad boys. He's looking for trouble, that animal.
Does he frequent any pub in particular?
Aye, the Wasp's Nest on Burner Street, I think. A seedy spot, even by our standards.
Well, okay. Thank you for that information.
Very well. I shall let you get back to work, Mark.
See you soon, my love.
Ah, what is that? I forget what that symbol means. What's that map? No, those are still the places. Alright, take me back to the map of Whitechapel. Ah, the Wasp's Nest! Okay, yes, I think we did look at that before. But that it was closed and not able to go into at the time. But alright, now it is pointed to on our map so we can go over there. That's great. We've lost all our items. We've heard all our dialogues. Looked at all the things. We don't need notes. Okay, we don't care about the deductions right now. Oh, okay. We got 1 or 5. No conclusions on number 5. Okay. Are you telling me there's only one more conclusion to be drawn? That can't be right. Alright. See you soon, John. Indeed. Alright, well, we're going to go back to the police station first of all, because that is what we're going to tell them about Dr. Tumblety. And then we're going to go to the Wasp's Nest. Where I hope we get involved with the sting to catch Dr. Tumblety. Oh my goodness. I am so proud of that. Ho ho ho.
Yes, Doctor.
Tumblety's description. This is what Dr. Tumblety looks like.
Tumblety is a man around 5'11", about 55 years old, extravagantly dressed and with a rather distinctive voice. He boards at Finley's. You should know where that is, as the police were there only yesterday. Their arrival coincided with a strange gas leak.
Ah, yes, I know where you mean. Indeed, there was an odd affair with the gas. It was rather unsettling. We were searching for a well-known scoundrel who was ratted out by Squibby, the chap we followed and saved from the pack a few days ago. This thug, no pity Bluto, must have been in the abandoned building in question. But there was no sign of him when we arrived. Furthermore, an inspector said that, given the smell, the thingamabob that supplies gas to the building was probably damaged. So we took no risks and were called away somewhere else.
So he's probably dead inside the gas thing. And now that you mention it as well, only one voice actor. I mean, that voice actor does have a tinge of Watson about him. So it looks like he's talking to himself.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Why do you never let him finish saying the word doctor? What is wrong with you, voice acting? Or computer program that does that? Alright, let's turn into a first-person view and be all different for our run to the pub. Ooh, Jade Fisher. Umbrellas. It's the start of the Umbrella Corporation. God, Sherlock Holmes could have stopped all of these zombie outbreaks if only he had known. If only he had known. Never mind. Hey there, Wasp's Nest. I am looking for Dr. Tumblety.
The Wasp's Nest. This pub looks even more disreputable than the Golden Lion in Baker Street.
Yeah, but we're going in this time. Alright, oh, that's the artist over there, isn't it? This, you know... Let's just go into the first person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people in here. It's, you know, not exactly a bustling, exciting atmosphere, is it? Oh, look, they're kind of kissing. Alright, let's have a look at these adverts on the wall, shall we? Just to see. Sailor's Pub, The Cursed Mermaid. The Cursed Mermaid Pub. Beer good, beer good. Oh, good beer. Good beer, good food. Not beer good, even though that's what it starts out saying. Can't read that one. Can't really get... Oh no, maybe we can. Nope, still can't make out what that is. There's no jump, so I can't look at... So I can't jump on the table to look, so... Tenement, B. The 19th lager beer. Oh, the 19th, as in the 19th hole. The Jekyll and Hyde. King's Health, that's probably. Viewcastle Breweries on Tyne. Oh, upon the river, you say. Tenant Lager again. And this time with dogs. And The Honest Lawyer. Well, that's obviously fictional. Ah, can we get better view over here? No, these are different. Oh, white breads. The world's best stout. Tenement Lager with the dogs. With the dogs again. We can't bet those dogs. Mog's Head. Bass and Guinness. No idea. And presumably they're not putting fish inside their things. Tenant B, the 19th again. And the Cursed Mermaid Pub with its beer good. Alright, well. First things first. Hey there! There's a special for you. Stop kissing. Talk to me instead.
Good evening, sir.
Well, I know you. Why? We met at Miss Pullman's the other day.
Shut up.
So
Stop
you
telling
come to
everyone.
slum it in Whitechapel, eh?
What? Slum it in Whitechapel? You are... What, 2 streets away? Not even that. And this is slumming it in Whitechapel, is it? Because I have moved 2 streets. Alright, well, I'm to tell you... No, I'm not asking you about Tumblety. I want to tell you about going back.
Do you know Dr. Tumblety?
Oh, well, never
a
mind.
Canadian or American chap. Quite an extravagant dresser. Frequents this pub now and then.
Are you intimate?
No. What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. I just wanted to prove my discretion concerning this man. In so much and so far as I know him. You wouldn't like it if one day the tables were turned and everyone was talking about why you were in the borough. Isn't that so?
I wouldn't care. I am Dr. Watson. I was here investigating for Sherlock Holmes. That is my reasoning. And even if other people infer other things from my being here, I wouldn't really care. Alright, let me tell you that Miss Pullman... Is this the origin of the Pullman pawns? I've come to clean your pool.
As it happens, I saw Miss Pullman recently.
Huh?
She told me that she couldn't wait to see you again. She said something about a surprise that is waiting for you at her establishment.
Why, that is some of the best news I've heard, my friend. As thanks, I would like to let you in on a secret. The man that you were talking about, and whom I happen to know by sight, passed by and went through that little door that you see over there. Another man let him in. They weren't together for more than a few minutes, to be sure, eh?
Oh, okay.
Well, I will continue my search.
Ah, love.
But what is this person trying to imply? This matter is beyond me.
Yes, I don't know how to teleport either. Hello. Who are you?
Good evening, sir.
It'll be the coup of my career, Governor said. Ha! You'll make loads of dosh of the paper, he said.
Ah, I deduce from this, because I am an associate of Sherlock Holmes, that you are a journalist. Only the subtle clues and hints that a trained observer of people can pick up on.
You're a journalist?
That's so. Tom Bulling at your service. The Whitechapel ferret, the wizard with the scoop.
You don't appear to be in a state to write anything, my friend.
You're mistaken. Whiskey passes through the blood and turns into ink. Simple. You see, mugs and inkwells are all the same.
Don't you think you should settle your tab and go home?
My red ink? Where's my red ink? I won't even pay half a halfpenny if they don't return my red ink. It's my blood you hear.
Oh. So what you're saying is you've lost your red ink. Alright.
Very well, I'll be on my way.
Is that another thing on my list of things to do? It's not that right in front of you, is it? No? Alright. Well, I'm going to press the space bar. Okay. I can go over to the door and I can talk to these two people. Well, let's talk to the barman. And then to presumably the barmaid? Actually, she's holding a tray, so yeah. Must be.
Greetings, my good man. Could I have a pint?
A pint, you say? A whole pint?
Here, Gov.
Yeah, Gov. Right, now that I've bought that, dish the dirt on all of your regulars.
I've been told that Dr. Tumblety might be found around here. Is that so?
I don't do a roll call of all the drunkards here. I've got my hands full just making sure I get their money.
Yeah, you look incredibly busy tonight. I can see how you would have been, looks around, run off your feet by all of these things. Still, let me pay you in advance for the beer that I have already asked for.
Don't people pay when they order?
Nah, look at that little scribbler there. Completely dead drunk. Tonight's tally is about as long as his arm. If he skips out, I'll be in for a guinea almost.
Alright. Thanks for that.
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
What? What did I do to offend you? Is it because I called you my friend? Alright, well, let's talk to you then, lady.
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
Oh, have you got nothing interesting to say?
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav? Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
Alright, okay. Well, let's go and try this door and see who reacts to me trying the door. The barman, maybe?
Hey, you can't go in there.
Yeah.
It's private. Got it?
No! I don't understand. Is there anything down there that I can look at? Oh! I can pick up an apple or something.
This is the sink where the barmaid puts the glasses to soak.
Oh, and it's got the
Look,
red...
ink. What's that doing here? The bottle is closed. There must still be some ink inside, and it looks like a glass. The barmaid must have put ink into the sink by mistake.
Ah.
Do I get in your way? Me?
If you'll excuse me, sir.
Ink in the sink. Why, they just didn't think. And this patron over here, he's causing a stink. Perhaps I can make him blink. Hello, sir. Oh, I didn't select the thing before I clicked.
You're the
Select
best. The boss told me. My red ink. Well, where's she be?
Goodbye, because I can't select it.
Very well, I'll be on my way.
Because I cannot select it until I'm out of conversation. So there we are.
You're the best. The boss told me. My red ink. Well, where's she be?
Yep, when I have too much to drink, I know that I automatically repeat the beginnings of the same conversation over and over again. Because that is just what alcohol does to me.
I found your red ink, my friend. You should settle up and head home.
Indeed.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. The spring-heeled phantom will be revived.
What? Did I just... Spring-heeled phantom? So you're talking about spring-heeled Jack? Well, that's not a good thing. Alright, okay. There we go, person. Now I have made him
Gav?
do that. You're paid up.
Here you go. It's on the journalist, my friend.
I owe you one. The next one is on me. What'll it be?
Nothing, thanks.
Information.
But I may need your help.
Tell me about the closed door.
What's behind that locked door over there? Can I go in?
Not likely. And let me be unless you're wanting a drink. Got it?
I just helped you, man. I just got you your money. And now that you've told me no, let me be, let me immediately say, give me
Listen,
access to the
friend,
locked door.
I would like you to let me in the door over there.
You're a bobby. A peeler?
Absolutely not, my friend. I am a doctor.
Fine. I owe you this at least. There's a bloke behind that door there. No pity Bluto.
Oh.
Let's just say he wants to lay low for a moment. So I don't think he'll be opening the door just now. Unless... Tell him you have word from Squibby. That'll open the door. But who can say what'll happen when the door closes?
All right, thanks.
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it.
Why, you're so aggressive in the way you say goodbye. Fine. All right. Well, all right, let's go over there and just talk to them. You know what? Sod it. I'm going to get a save here. I don't think anything nasty will happen to the good doctor. That is not where I clicked, but all right. Tom Bulling, who potentially hoaxed Jack's letters. Ah ha 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 ha. Right. Okay. So we're meeting actual historical figures. I mean, I know Detective Abeline was part of the investigation into that, but I don't remember Tom Bulling. But okay. Alright, so we're going to tell him we've got word from Squibby, without the police to back us up here.
Let me in. I have news from Squibby. But stay calm.
And who are you? Where's Squibby? He's out.
To be honest, I don't actually know this Squibby chap. I was actually wondering if you knew Dr. Tumblety.
Just slam the door in his
Canadian or
face.
American fellow. He came in.
Sure we know him.
Excellent. Can you...
You know about gas?
I'm afraid not. I am a doctor.
Then I ain't interested. You can be leaving now. But if I find out who snitched to the peelers, I'll find you. Got it?
But I can pay you for...
Keep your coins for the paupers, or one of the gas boys who ain't afraid of nothing and knows how to hold his tongue. You bring him to me, I'll meet with you.
Well,
wow.
it would seem that I have all the information I need for my investigation. Anyway, this fellow Bluto at the Wasp's Nest is rather shady and doesn't look like he'll want to cooperate. I'd be better off returning to Baker Street. Holmes will certainly know what to do. And besides, I am worn out.
Yep, all this walking and talking. That has worn you out there, Doctor. I mean, I would go to the police and say, hey, I know where Bluto is. But apparently that's not a thing. Alright. The ashtray has a lit cigarette into it. I deduced this story is set 2007. Yep. That is a good deduction. I mean, the fact that it's always producing smoke means that it's one of those everlasting cigarettes, or cigars, that they had back in the Victorian times that we have sadly lost the technology for. Oh no, you left your quill behind. Alright, well, let us bring up the map of London and go back and tell Sherlock Holmes of our discoveries, eh? Put on a urchin outfit and go back. And go, call below me, Governor. I've been told this information by Dr. Watson. And, you know, pretend to be one of his Baker Street irregulars and see if we can fool
Let's
Holmes.
go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home. There we are, Holmes. I've told you in great detail everything that happened last night.
Excellent work, Watson. We shall now be prepared to answer a few questions about the horrible murder in Hanbury Street.
Do you think we are now in a position to find out the identity of the murderer of these two women?
No, I don't think so. It's outside of our scope and not our responsibility. As much as you've done for Leather Apron and the affair with the pills, our mission is to help the police by ensuring that they don't get caught up following false leads and to point them in the right direction.
Oh my god.
Let us start from what we know
Really?
with some certitude. As you have just said, it is almost certain that the same person killed the Bucks Row and Hanbury Street victims. The reason to assume as much are numerous, and I shan't elaborate here. What do these two victims have in common?
Alright. They had the same profession is what they had in common. But if this is a Sherlock Holmes versus the Ripper game and we don't go versus the Ripper, we just, toy around the edges and eliminate just bad leads for the police, I would not be a happy bunny. Yeah? I was expecting some sort of great, not exactly a great pitting of wits, but Sherlock Holmes to find a clue that will lead to the actual identity of the Jack the Ripper within this fiction. Not the actual one. Because it could be moon men from Mars within this game for all I care. So long as it had some sort of cogent plot and wasn't wrapped up too much in the historical accuracies, then that would be fine. Alright. I can make you stand there drumming your fingers forever while I slowly turn the gears in my brain. Was it that they had the same profession, Holmes?
It's true these two women were in the same profession, but...
Indeed, Watson. These two women were both prostitutes. That is of vital importance, Watson.
My memory from your examination of the scene is rather hazy. Didn't you say something about the killer's frame of mind?
I was talking about the victim's possessions that were placed on the ground and the rings missing from Annie Chapman's fingers. This killer is a cunning predator, comes from a rather humble background and shows steely self-control in carrying out the murders.
Something is puzzling me, Holmes. Richardson's testimony contradicts the time of death given by Dr. Phillips, which also matches my own, 4:30 a.m.
And yes, we shall confirm that, Watson, and attempt to determine the precise time of death. In order to do that, we will need to place everyone involved on a timeline. Only after that will we be able to place the knife symbolizing our killer. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
Oh, good. Alright. You control Sherlock Holmes. I control the horizontal and the vertical. And I said "oh" during that because the rings which came off the finger were presumably the copper assorted rings that were going on. Hey! No, you don't want to say anything about your own pipe tobacco in the slipper? Alright. Let's just run to your room and see if you've got anything to say about the exciting things in your room. No? No? Alright, okay. Back out we go then. To the timeline to do the exciting things. Such as lines and time.
There is nothing more to do here.
Oh. Then why did you show me? Did I just click on the wrong port? Is it this bit? Right, yes, okay. Alright, here we are. Determine the exact time of Annie Chapman's murder in Hanbury Street. Oh, no. What? I didn't want that. Deductions? No. Something has gone wrong. Help. Right, there we go. Okay. So can I...
Let's put the time of death as assessed by Dr. Phillips on the timeline.
Right, 4:30.
The assessment of the time of the murder given by Dr. Phillips and yourself, Watson, 4:30 a.m.
Oh, damn it. I clicked on the wrong thing again. I don't want to do that.
We left the station at 6 o'clock and it took us 20 minutes to arrive at Hanbury Street.
Thank you for telling me that, because I was going to put it at 6:30, seeing as you said it was 2 hours ago, or over 2 hours ago. Which, doesn't match up with the timeline, but I suppose it takes minutes to work out what's going on there.
Our arrival at the scene occurred at around 6:20. Given the distance separating the two locations, we can deduce that the corpse wasn't discovered after 6 o'clock, and therefore that the murder must have been committed before.
Okay, that's good to know. That doesn't actually tell me a time when I click on that, though. But I've got nothing else to place on there right now, right? Yeah? Inventory, help. Let's see what helps us. Select from the inventory the dialogue and the 2 documents which will permit you to determine the time of Annie Chapman's death. Okay. Then place the objects or the characters representing these testimonies on the timeline. Listen carefully to Sherlock Holmes' instructions, which might ask you to modify them. Once all the icons are properly placed, Sherlock will ask you to place Jack the Ripper's knife at the exact time of death. Alright, okay. So this doesn't appear to have a time on it. That doesn't appear to have a time on it. Use this document as proof. Ah, right, there's a button there that I didn't see. Okay. Presumably it was there for all of them. Again, that doesn't seem to have a time on it. No, that doesn't appear to have times on it, apart from the 2 that we've already placed. I can use other documents. It doesn't have to be just that one. Alright, okay, so here we are. Here, use this document as proof. There we go. Alright, Mr. Kadosh was in the garden for a few minutes. Kadosh falls against the garden fence a few minutes after going back up. Kadosh leaves this place of work. Okay, what time was that? On the morning of the murder, when it's got up at 5:50. Nope. It was then 5:20. When he passed in front of Spitalfields Church, it was approximately 5:32. So it's going to take him a few minutes.
Is Albert Kadosh.
Yep. So I'm going to put him at 5:32.
Kadosh leaves the garden, enters his house, then leaves for work, seeing the clock on the Spitalfields Church showing 5:32.
Yep. And it was 5:20 when you went in to the latrine.
Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline.
Yes. There.
Albert Kadosh goes down into his garden at approximately 5:20, and on re-entering his home, hears voices in number 29's garden.
Right, now you...
Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline.
It should be somewhere around there. Let's do 5:25. Nope. Nope.
Kadosh goes back down into his garden approximately 4 minutes after having left it, and hears the sound of an impact against the wooden fence.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, that is, if that is true, then that is what happens. Alright, so the other one is the testimony of E. Long, I guess. Passing down here at 5:30. Use that document as proof. Long sees a woman speaking to a man outside. That
now,
was
for the most important part, the testimony of Miss Long. She claims to have seen a woman speaking to a man near 29 Hanbury Street sometime around... What time, Watson?
5:30. It was somewhere around.
Let us assume, therefore, that Miss Long's testimony is, as is most certainly the case, true. She places her meeting with the victim at around 5:30, claiming to have heard a clock chime on the half hour at the moment when she enters the street.
Alright. So now, what am I doing here? No, these are the ones, so that can't be proof. So I'm looking for one more. It's not going to be Bluto. Or not you. Where's the police station? Richardson's testimony. There we go. There we go. Right. Arrived at his mother's at 20 Hanbury soon. When was that? That was 2:45? It's 4:45 when I get there. Right, okay.
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline.
5:45. And he leaves his mother's place at... Yes. 4:45 when I got there. 5 minutes after it. 5 minutes I had to go clip off, so only 5 minutes afterwards. So
now let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline. Despite the great respect I have for Dr. Phillips and the value I place on our friendship, my deepest conviction is that both of you are mistaken and that Richardson is in the right and that these two testimonies put down in writing have real worth.
But how?
Explain
yourself, Holmes.
Chopped up.
Remember how you assessed the time of death? You touched the fingers and body of the victim, but it was remarkably cold for this time of year. In addition,
Indeed,
the corpse
very
had
straightforward.
been drained of bodily fluids. Its heat retention was therefore no longer the same as that of an intact corpse.
Oh my God.
You're right, Holmes.
Oh, I've had some time to research, Watson.
Given these facts, my first diagnosis may have been off by half an hour, perhaps even an hour.
Thus, we can confirm Richardson's statement and establish that the murder was committed after 4:50 a.m. and not before 4:30 a.m. Excellent, Watson. All our people are now in place.
Yes, but Holmes
Exactly.
Miss Long claims to have seen the victim at around 5:30. But according to Kadosh, someone, most certainly the victim and her murderer, was already in the garden at 5:30.
Excellent observation, Watson. It must be noted, however, that these two witnesses, Long and Kadosh, saw the time shown on the clocks in the area, which are often inaccurate and went by their empirical and, in this case, erroneous estimate of how much time had passed. Thus, neither of these two times can be considered reliable.
Do you mean to say that these two testimonies might match?
Indeed. Let's put Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30.
No, you want me to move it. Alright, okay. I mean, why could you not have done that? This is hardly gameplay. And indeed, I, as a doctor, have no idea how bodies work in different temperatures. Yes, that is...
Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30 a.m.
So why not just say at 5:28? Alright, do you need me to do simple math like that? Fine.
Mr. Kadosh claims to have passed by the Spitalfields Church at 5:32, which, given the distance from 27 Hanbury Street, would mean he was still at home at 5:31. Let's therefore put the end of his testimony at 5:31.
Wait, the end of his testimony? Alright.
Miss Long heard the man say to the victim, "Will you?" To which the victim responded, "Yes," which would suggest that an agreement was reached and that the transaction was imminent. They then proceeded to enter the garden, which puts the voices heard by Kadosh at 5:29.
Ah, okay. I mean, if you just want me to move things along the timeline...
We had thought that Kadosh had left 27 Hanbury Street at 5:31 after having heard an impact against the fence. Thus, 2 minutes passed between the moment when Kadosh entered the house after having been in the garden the first time and the moment when he returns to go out again and leave for work. How long did he estimate this interval to be? 3 to 4 minutes. In light of all this, Watson, we can finally establish the time of Chapman's murder. Now, place the knife at the exact time.
I mean, I guess... I mean, the time was... there. Right? No? Because you hear something falling. Is it going to be the minute afterwards? No? The minute after that?
Now then, taking into account that the local clock isn't exact and that a young man was off by a minute or two in his estimations of his comings and goings, we can confirm Miss Long's testimony and place the time of the crime at approximately 5:30.
I would have said it was 5:28
by
that.
The man that Miss Long saw is none other than
That's right, Watson. It was the Whitechapel killer.
To think that Miss Long and Kadosh were only a few feet away from him.
Indeed, Watson. Had Miss Long passed just a little closer to the victim and her assassin, or had the young Kadosh popped his head over the fence out of curiosity, the killer would most certainly already be behind bars.
That's some stroke of luck he had there.
I couldn't agree more, Watson. But his luck didn't end there, given the mutilations.
If only Kadosh had been a pervert and wanted to witness a transaction.
Above all is the killer's obvious
Perverts
wish to remove one and
saving
only
the
one
world
specific
through
organ.
investigating and spying on
the
people
exact
since
spot, avoiding superfluous
1888.
incisions. This suggests the man possesses at least a minimal anatomical knowledge.
Are you suggesting a doctor or a butcher?
Perhaps, but the possibilities are still too broad to conclude with any certainty. Now for the motive. Despite my almost complete lack of practical experience on the subject, I have a rather precise idea of the usefulness of a uterus and a vagina. Nonetheless, once they are separated from their usual envelope, I am more circumspect as to the uses one can make of them. What do you think, Watson? We need a board, Watson.
Ah, you now control Dr. Watson. Or am I still Holmes? I'm still Holmes! Alright, I mean... I'm not certain... I suppose a doctor might know the uses of them outside of the body, but I'm not sure they have any. Alright. Dementia can push men to commit incredibly vile acts. For this motive, it would have been easy to quickly remove something from the box row victim, Polly Nichols. Alright, to supply human organ trafficking might be for the purpose of study. No, because that is money. Right?
Money, quite simply.
Even if this motive seems incongruous, we're in no position to deny or affirm it until we know whether a market for human organs exists.
Yep. Alright, for this motive, it would have to be trophy, right?
A desire for some sort of morbid trophy.
But nothing was taken from Polly
I'd be inclined to
Nichols,
dismiss
so
this
yeah.
motive. If this were the case, why would nothing have been removed from the Bucks Row victim?
Also, I mean, to supply human organ trafficking, I'm going to say that's a no. Well, you can only have no. Yes or no, okay. Because I don't think uterus implants are necessarily a thing. Especially not in Victorian times. Indeed, in the medical university environment, students have access to a number of specimens, so it's not for
Perhaps
that
it
one.
was intended as a study specimen.
I have little faith in that theory. Hardly anything was taken from the Bucks Row victim.
Yeah. I mean, dementia must be cannibalism.
Holmes, what if it was cannibalism?
You
Even
sound
if the idea
so...
is unbearable, we can't ignore it as a possibility.
You sound so... Oh, excited by that possibility there, Watson. And yeah, I agree there was nothing around which would have indicated the sort of black magic.
Watson, this line of investigation is far too vague. We don't have a single clue in support of such a motive. We can eliminate this hypothesis.
Yeah. Alright, so... Cannibalism... And maybe
Elementary.
money. Yeah.
What emerges from these possible motives for having removed the uterus from the second victim is that they implied that the killer could have carried out the same thing on the Bucks Row victim, yet didn't. This brings us to a terrible conclusion. Our killer has evolved in the space of only a few days, and if that's the case, had he already struck before the first murder to which we attribute him? And if the killer strikes again, what atrocity awaits his next victim?
We have to stop him, Holmes.
We shall do our best. This recent business of jars filled with formalin and of the American doctor might be a lead. Watson, inquire among medical circles to ascertain if there is a black market for human organs. The chances are slim, but this must be pursued.
Very well. What about you, Holmes?
I will send word to Inspector Aberline regarding our recent conclusions. I should also like to become a gas man and pay a visit to Bluto at the Wasp's Nest.
Understood, Holmes. I think one of my old university colleagues who works at the London hospital will be able to help me. I shall write him a note at once. He should be able to see me during the day. Afterwards, shall we meet here?
Yes, Watson. See you later, and good luck.
Oh, looks like we're going to split
I
the
must get to
party.
the London hospital, where my old university colleague works.
Split the party. Split the party. Always the best thing to happen. Alright, nope. Alright, well, that looks like a new spot. London Hospital.
To the London hospital, quick. My colleague agreed to meet me here in one of the London hospital rooms reserved for students.
Good. Why is there a door sound of opening and closing when you're already... Oh, somebody else is coming into
John,
the room.
You're there already. Punctual as always. Tell me, you don't seem to be in good shape. Is it possible that your recent marriage is making you this morose?
Oh my gosh.
Ah, you know me well, Andrew. No, it's a strange and terrible affair that concerns me. Have you read my note?
Yes, I admit that I was surprised. It just so happens that I, too, was asking questions about our morgue.
No. You see, no, I did not read your note. That is, I just happened to be here at this exact spot. By coincidence. Please, Watson. Put some thought into things. Don't say, have you read my note? Say, what did you think of my ideas in the note? If indeed you put them down on paper. But never mind. Hey, I'm here to talk to you about organ trafficking. Is there a K in trafficking? I mean, there's no K in traffic. I do not know.
What do you think? Have you heard of any organ trafficking within...
No, John. No doubt there exists some exchange between colleagues. Not quite legal, of course, but nothing that can qualify as trafficking. Since the Anatomy Act of 1832, which permitted the use of unclaimed corpses for science, the black market trade was definitely halted. There are sufficient subjects available for all practitioners and students. Of this I can confirm.
Well, organ trafficking as a lucrative trade is out of the question. Then what is troubling you with the morgue?
You are talking about trafficking organs, but I suspect there is trade in whole bodies.
Whole bodies? My word! What are they going to be doing with those bodies? I'm trying to think of something that is not... I guess they could be transferring them to lesser hospitals so that they had opportunities to dissect a person? I don't know.
What do you mean to say? Whole bodies are disappearing?
Well, it's confidential, but I know of your discretion and your friendship with the famous Sherlock Holmes. I can tell you that a few corpses have recently disappeared from the hospital morgue.
Yes.
Cadavers that were
My discretion
intended for dissection.
knows no
That is to
bounds.
say, not
Have you read my news
hanged
story in the
or
paper, by the way?
unknown people. If a single corpse had disappeared, it might have been a bad joke. There are many students.
I was
who
thinking
pass
about
through
Frankenstein,
here.
but I didn't
It's
think that
even
was
a
coming
meeting
up in
spot.
here.
For the majority, they are here to work. A few come here in secret to practice. It also happens that instruments or organs go missing. Nothing alarming, but so many corpses. It's very troubling.
Yeah. No, I don't think Frankenstein will be making an appearance in this one. He might make an appearance in other, less historically based ones. For being around the same sort of general time as Sherlock Holmes. Generally, in a very vague sense. But hey, tell me, what will you do now? Are you sure? Well, I assume what you will do now is put the task onto me to work out if bodies are actually going missing. Possibly by investigating toe tags and swapping them around on bodies or some such ludicrous puzzle.
But the hospital doctors aren't doing anything?
No. That is to say, they would prefer not to call the police at this point. An investigation would no doubt result in the suspension of authorizations for the use of unclaimed corpses. Do you think that you could intercede on our behalf with Sherlock Holmes to clear up this situation?
I'll do better than that. I will do it myself. Me, Dr. Watson, who knows all about corpses and medical... I was going to say malpractice, but that's not quite it. Medical mischief that can happen between students, etc., taking corpses and stuff, and have investigated alongside Sherlock Holmes. Do you not think I would be the better person for the job here, rather than that Sherlock Holmes person? No?
Which
All right.
corpses are missing?
Ah, I don't know exactly, but I can make an exact list if you would like to wait here for a few minutes. Feel free to look around the room while you wait. It'll bring back memories.
Thank you, Andrew.
Ah, yes. I remember my corpse stealing days while I was here at university.
It's here that students come to carry out their experiments.
Indeed, okay. What's this? An array of instruments.
This surgical instrument resembles a screwdriver. How amusing. It might come in handy. I will return it later.
Are you kidding me? Alright, yes. Alright, well... I don't think I'd be using surgical instruments to unscrew things, but... Alright.
It's here that students come to carry out their experiments.
I thought it was this table. Do they do it on this table instead? Alright, fine.
This rag is full of grease. It certainly wasn't used for a dissection. Was someone doing some mechanical work here?
You're not going to pick it up so that you can grease something? So that, you know, after you've unscrewed it a little way, the grease will help it easily slip in and out? Because I suspect that is a thing.
These wheeled trolleys are very handy for laying out surgical instruments.
Okay. Oh. What is this board anatomy of?
The last lesson must have been about the human heart. And for a class of beginners, I expect, as this diagram is rather rudimentary.
Oh god, don't make me label the parts though. Are we done in this area? No, there is something to pick up here, where my hand is now.
There is a heart in this jar. Based on its colouring, it hasn't been there long. And it looks like the drawing on the board.
Okay.
This jar contains 2 lids with combination locks.
I don't think I have any documents or anything to help me out with this right now.
I am missing some information.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I cannot do anything here until I find that information. That is good to know. I don't know why I would want to open that jar with a heart in it, though. Alright.
I have no reason to go here.
Alright, well... Oh, I thought I looked over here, but apparently not.
An encyclopedia of anatomy. A page on the human heart is dog-eared. Let's see.
Well, that's one of them. Okay. That tells me these things. That's great. Inner cava superior. I'm not going to look at all these, but that's page 163.
It's
sure
here
that is
that
important.
students come to carry out their experiments.
Yes, I know that. What I would like is whatever is the second piece of information. Is it over here? I tell you what. To you. Oh, I can go out that door. I can go out this door. I bet I can't go out
I
this door.
have no reason to go here.
Yeah, exactly. No? Alright, well let's try that door.
I am missing some information.
Yeah.
The last lesson must have been about the...
Right, okay, yes. So
There
let's
is
try
a heart
using...
in this jar. Based on its colouring, it hasn't been there. This jar contains 2 lids with combination locks.
Right. So this is the document I want to use as proof. And I don't know what else I would need to be using here. I haven't come across anything else to do with hearts, so I must be missing a second piece of proof. That is also not showing up when I do this. You're the same numbers, right? Have I come to the conclusion that Watson is a bad doctor yet? No, I have not. Because he manages to go around saving people, or sorry, investigating things with Sherlock Holmes, and at the same time, he manages to somehow run a, I was going to say doctor's studio, but work as a general practitioner. So, you know, he's at least fooling all of the people some of the time. Ah, no?
This wheel won't roll despite all of the added grease. Curious, as Holmes would say.
Can I use that?
This rag is full of grease.
No?
This wheel won't roll.
Alright, so the wheel won't roll. Okay. Oh. It is time for me to use...
A message.
There we go.
I'll be... Why the devil was it hidden here?
Yeah. There we go. Alright, so that tells us how to do this. Ethan Levy, 7 years, son of Sarah and Jacob Levy. Hospitalized May 18th, syphilis, treated with mercury and penicillin. Grave condition, advanced stages. Possibly an imminent subject. Watch carefully. And then we've got the the 4 different ways of opening it, and the magnet is in the heart. Use this board and erase it afterwards.
An old prescription. Poor child, so young yet terminally ill. Strange, someone scrawled something. Part of it is in Latin. These are instructions, it would seem.
Yep. Alright.
There is a heart in this jar. Based on its colouring, it hasn't been there long. And it looks like the drawing on the board. This jar contains 2 lids with combination locks.
Yep. And now it is time to put... oh, there is a whole prescription. Use this document as proof. Thank you. Alright. So... Vena Cava Superior. So that is... number 1. Then... Valva Aorta. Which is there. Which is number 5, I believe. Can I try unscrewing it now or something? Oh, wait. Wait.
Look, there was a bit of paper stuck between the 2 lids.
I was assuming that it was like a clock, but apparently it was not like a clock. I was just being silly and not looking. Okay, so there's 6. Message from the heart. Usually messages from the heart are something like, I love you. But no, to Dr. Watson, it is Watson even. It is 6. Alright, and now we're looking for Atrium Sinistrum, which is there. That is number 8. Alright, 8. And then Trochlus pulmonus. Up there, which is number 2.
Incredible. Someone has hidden a magnet in this heart. But to what end?
But we knew there was a magnet in the heart because the paper said so. Why are you so amazed by this? Alright, so now you have a magnet. You have a magnet. And you got the number 6. Are the desks numbered? They are. Haha. Ooh. Hello, desk number 6.
Incredible. There is a magnet with a hook behind this pane of glass. I am in need of something.
Is it the thing that you're in need of? This item of magnetness? Oh god. No. Alright, okay. So... Alright, so you are moving in the exact... Oh! Yep. I was never good at those things that you always got at fairs. You know, trying to bounce your way along the wire without making it go beep! Keep going along. And we go past one another. Oh. Success! Now I have whatever this is.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
I mean, Holmes wouldn't have done that. Well, Holmes might have done that, but if I had been there, what I would have done is smashed it. To get at it. Because, you know, there's no point in going through the puzzles. What did we get? A hook. Alright. Alright, now that I have the hook... Oh, I can't get at that. I thought maybe I could hook something extra out of the jar? But no. Alright, I have a hook. Can I leave?
I am missing some information.
Yes, me too. What do I do with a hook? They don't all have ink wells. Or ink bottles. They all have ink wells. No, you're just a rope. What if I go and talk over here?
I have no reason to go here.
No reason except you want to go snooping in places. Is there something else I can do at number 6 that I missed? Something I can do with a hook. Aha, yes, maybe.
A hole.
There we go.
I can make out something inside, but how to get it out? I will need a hook.
Oh, okay. I thought I was using the hook to open that, but no.
I found it.
There we go. A message.
A coded message. I do believe I will need Holmes.
Really? Oh, that is a shame.
Here is the list, John. The missing corpses are those of a woman, 40 years old, beginning of August, another, 55 years old, 2 weeks ago, and recently, a young woman. These corpses had nothing in common except that they didn't have any apparent lesions.
All of this is very troubling. Well, I think that I have all of the information possible, and I promise that I will do what I can to clear up this business. I must leave you, my friend, and...
In the name of our friendship, please don't cause a stare.
To be sure. Thanks
What?
again, Andrew.
What the hell happened to your accent then?
Thank you, John. Don't forget to keep me up to date and say hello to your charming wife for me.
Please,
Count on me,
don't
Andrew.
cause a stare.
I must go to the wasp's
happened?
nest to find this rogue that Watson dubbed Bluto. He may be able to provide information on Dr. Tumblety. This lead, although tenuous, is well worth following. I must return to Whitechapel, but it would be better if I did so incognito.
Ooh. Do we get to dress up? Are we going to go in a disguise? Well, let's go snooping in Dr. Watson's room first of all. No? Nothing to comment on in here? Alright, just the way back out again. Are you going to say anything about the VR? No, there's no VR in the walls anymore. Where's it gone? Have you covered it over? Alright, okay, well. Interesting painting, but alright. Disguises.
This should do the trick.
Oh, is that all I needed to do? Oh, I thought I was going to have to, you know, pick the disguise and carefully craft the beard, etc. But no. Why have you got that on your desk? Why is there a picture of a woman on your desk, Holmes? That is not Irene Adler. And you've got the same picture on the wall. I think I did conclude it was Irene Adler in my other stream, but yeah, getting a better closer look at it, it doesn't look like Irene Adler. Irene Adler was a redhead in the thing, and that does not look like a redhead. Well, alright then, let's leave. And God blimey, Governor, get ready for some accents, I'm sure, as we go into Whitechapel and pretend to be a gas man. Let's go straight to the Wasp's Nest pub in Burner Street.
Let's go to the Wasp's Nest.
Yes, that's exactly where I am. Let's do this from this perspective, though. Whatcha, matey? Hey, what you drinking?
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
And what about you?
What'll it be?
I have nothing to ask.
Even your internal voice is being posh. It shouldn't. You should dumb it all down for us gas-working commoner peoples.
There's something here.
Oh. There's something on the floor? What's on the floor?
There's something here.
Yeah, I know.
Need something.
What do you need? Do you have a magnifying... Oh! You have a pocket knife. Where did that come from? I was going to suggest it was a magnifying glass to look at things, but no, apparently not. Alright, let's... While your back is turned, Mr. Landlord, I'm going to peel up your board.
There's something here. I need something.
Yeah, I tried. Is that alright? Oh, okay. Steal this thing instead.
Old Tong.
Old Tong? Do you mean... They're not pliers. They don't look like tongs. Do you mean tweezers?
There's something here.
Oh, it slipped beneath the cracks in the boards. Is that what you're talking about?
I see a jewel. It's fallen between the floorboards.
Oh my god. And somehow we have to do this... Right, is this the jewel that you're talking about? Alright, and so we have to move them around to get this going. Alright, fine. So we need to get it out the hole at the other end. So you go up like that. We'll raise you up to do that. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Because you need... I might have to reset this. Because what we need to do is move these out of the way. But I think I have messed that up entirely, haven't I? Alright, so let's reset this. Let's start again. From the beginning. Don't I love slider puzzles? Let me tell you about my love of slider puzzles. No. That is the answer of my love of slider puzzles. So I can do that, and then I can move that down. And now I'm back in exactly the same situation I was in before, right? Except now I can do that down there. Now I can move you. No, I can't, because you're in the way. So if I do that, then I can do that. Then I can move you. And you can go up and along. There we go. But then you can't go back down again. I can't move you, so I cannot move you. So that cannot be the answer. No, 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 no. I'm sure there are a lot of steps. An incalculable number of steps. Or, you know, an absolutely calculable number. Nope. Nope. I have blocked myself in there, haven't I? See, so just smash the floorboards until the landlord will pay him back out of your lovely gas-working money. Because I'm a come-on gas-working man. And use that exact sort of voice there, Holmes. Just do it. Do it, you coward. I must have... Well, that doesn't help. It's you. You're the problem. You need to go down one additional thing. Which means everybody has to move like that. Which means you have to go across like that. But then you... Because now you go up one. But that doesn't help. Because you need to... If I do that... No. I mean, I need to move that along so that you can go up. Because then I can move you all the way up there. Except I can't because that. It's like that. Indeed. Thank you for the... what is going on here? Okay. What is going on here? That's just that is close, alright. Not undo a single step. No, because I only want you to move down. Right, so, I mean, I can do that, but that doesn't help, because now you can't go across. You can go up, you can do that, you can go there. But no, then I'm in the same situation I was in before. Oh! 33 steps. Is step 1 read this guide? Because that would, you know, be a thing. Alright. Okay. Right, I am looking at this. The thing that needs to happen is that this comb needs to move all the way down to the bottom. So that, because it is the only position it can get into where it is out of the way of all of the space to go all the way along. Alright. This has to go up to the top at the same time. Because it is the... it doesn't have to necessarily be at the same time. But it has to go up to the top to finish. Everything else is... Everything else is, you know, can be in different positions depending on where you need it to go. Alright, so the opening things I can do is move this, which does nothing, this, which does nothing. So I can move these ones to begin with. And I could move that so I can do that, but that doesn't really... I mean, if I do that, then I can do that. I can do that, and that. And I can move that. This is the same thing I've done before, right? Right. So, mysterious puzzle of mystery. Open up and reveal your secrets to me. And when I say that, I mean, what is going on? That doesn't help. Oh, now you can't go into the exact same position you were in before. I don't know if that matters, but it's a thing that you can't do anymore. Oh, but now you can't go backwards. You can go across. You can go up like that. Ugh! Ah! Alright. I'm not going to ask for... I was going to say, I will ask for step number 13 at random, so that I know that that is the 13th step that I do, but, you know, that will in no way help me. Alright, so the opening thing has to be moving these. Has to be. Cannot not be. So if you do that one, then you can move out of the way, which means you can drop down. Which means you can go forwards, which means you can drop down, which means then you can move that all the way across there. Which means you can go up and you can go up. And then you can go up and you can move that, which will drop that down. Which means you can move that across again. Which I'm not sure that gets me anywhere. And my microphone turned off there. That was great. Because these tiny sounds are not enough, apparently, to keep it active. Nor is my input, apparently. Alright. I don't care. Give me steps. Give me steps of guide, of hinting, of walkthrough. Yes? No? Yes, no. Okay, first of all, we need to identify items. There is the jewel, the goal. 2 bottles, 2 planks, 2 plates, 2 spoons, comb, mirror, and wood. Right? Yes? Got that. So you can call them left and right. For the things of which there are 2, because they are only on the left and right and cannot. Or I guess the spoons can be top and bottom. Unless your guide has specific other things that they use as things, as identifiers. Right. Left bottle up. Jewel left. Top spoon left. Plate up. Mirror up. Wood right. Okay, yep. But that doesn't... Left bottle up. Okay. Left plank down. Bottom spoon left. Right bottle down. Okay. Yeah. Jewel right. Bottom spoon right. That down. And presumably... left bottle down. And presumably that as well. But I'm not going to do it again. So you move the plank down, which allows you to move the spoon across. But the point of the which allows you to then move that one along, which doesn't help. Okay. Right plank down, top spoon left, comb up. Yep. Bottom spoon right. Okay. Tank down, left bottle up, jewel left. That wait, left bottle. Left bottle up, jewel left. Okay, then you move the spoon, then you put the bottle up, then spoon, bottle, wood left, mirror down, bottom spoon right, jewel right. Well, if you've done the jewel right, then the only next thing to do is to move that, right? So yeah, right plank up, left plank up, do that, wood left, yes, left way down, then move that, then you can do that, right, yes.
A Hebrew
Okay,
inscription.
wow,
Going by the
yeah,
length of
that
the
would have
chain, it
taken
must
a
belong to
long
child.
time to work out. What was that we found? A jewel, yes, just a jewel. You're not going to tell me anything about it. Alright, now let's talk to the thing. Thank you very much for that guide. That would have, yeah. I mean, towards the end, yeah, that got it, but there was only a limited number of combinations at the beginning, and I just kept getting stuck
Hello
in the
there.
loop.
You looking for a gas man?
You're doing great at disguising your
really
voice.
a gasser? You sure it isn't a bobby?
Well, if you don't need me, I'll be on my way then. I've already been paid up.
You
Stay.
sound so
Who
posh
paid ya?
still.
A doctor, Marston, I think he was. He told me you'd talk to me about a foreigner, name of Tumblety, if I did you a favour.
Right, mate, might happen.
Alright, what do you want doing, mate? What should I do?
What is it you need me to do then?
Listen to
Sound
me.
too
At
posh
the end
to
of
be a gas
Whitechapel,
man.
there's an abandoned dump of a house, opposite Finley's boarding house. Upstairs in the mess where the gas pipes are, you'll find a sack with something heavy inside. If you look in, you'll regret it here. You find it, you bring it here, and you don't tell a soul, right?
Got it. And then you'll tell me about this Tumblety so that I can report back to the doc?
Yeah, doctors know people. And since you is here, it's because he'll move mountains for his American. Me, I don't know much. But you can tell him that he'll have to talk to Squibby. He seems to know lots about plenty. When you come back with a sack, I'll tell you what he needs to tell Squibby so that he snitches on the yank to him. Believe me, mate, it's as explosive as 10 miles worth of gas in your damn pipes.
Oh, alright. Well,
Right
goodbye.
then, I'm off.
Go, give me some air.
I'll give you some gas. I'm the gas man.
I can
Pow
arrange
pow.
for the police to come down here and arrest this thug, but he seems pretty tough and would probably be a lot less cooperative than if I play along. It's best I handle this myself, including meeting the mysterious Squibby.
I really want Squibby to be a giant squid right now then. No, not that, sorry, map. Over to the boarding house. Now we're at the boarding house. No, that way. No. Stop. Yes.
It's
Oh,
the
hey.
abandoned house that Bluto pointed out to me. He must have set up his hideout there. There's a strange smell coming from this old
It's
building.
gas! We know it's gas. Can you do anything? No, you can't do anything there. I think you could probably get in via that door up the top there. Yep. Walk all the way over there.
Closed.
Yeah, but maybe open... Oh. No, items. That's what I want. Maybe openable with a pocket knife?
Closed.
No, alright. Alright then. Let's talk to the man downstairs so that we can get into the room. Unless I missed something. Hey man, you're fixing a wheel.
Good day, Finley.
Good day, sir. Have we met before?
It's me, Sherlock Holmes, but I don't want it to be known that I'm here.
Blowing my disguise, because,
Certainly,
you know.
Mr. Holmes. I shall be as silent as the grave.
Tell me about your
It
lighting.
would seem we've been having some gas problems.
Don't talk to me about it. The problem is from the abandoned house not far from here, but nobody has come to take care of it.
Perhaps I could go and take a look.
You got a key? Oh, you have a ladder. Even better. Alright. And not far from here. Do you mean across the road? Literally 5 paces away?
Your tenant, Dr. Tumblety, is he here?
I don't think so, but go and find out.
Alright. Do you have a ladder?
Do you have a ladder?
No, but I think in the pile of wood under the stairs there is one in pieces. And if you also need something from the scrap heap, some old tools or who knows what, feel free to take it, Mr. Holmes. But leave the dishes in good condition.
Because
Thank you, and goodbye.
I always keep the dishes
Goodbye,
that I
Mr.
want to
Holmes.
keep in a scrap heap. Don't you? Alright. I assume this is a build a ladder puzzle. We will do that, and then we will stop for the day. Before we go and investigate this mysterious gas house and all of the things inside.
A heap of rusted iron crockery.
Right, that's not what I wanted. I wanted...
Finley's ladder is smashed to pieces, but all the parts appear to be here. This must be a piece of the ladder.
Yeah.
This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines.
Oh, alright. Maybe we're just going to pick up stuff then.
This lead pipe
Individually,
could
one
help
at
me
a
to repair
time.
the gas lines.
This piece of pipe is for what?
This must be a piece of the ladder.
Oh, okay. So not all the pieces were there.
Part of a perfume atomizer.
Alright, I'm not sure why I'd want that. Is there anything else in this junk heap that we can take? Oh, what's that over there? Oh, that's the other part of the perfume atomizer.
Some old nails.
Oh,
They may come
okay.
in handy.
Yeah, old nails will come in handy for making...
This must be a piece of the ladder. This must be a piece of the ladder.
Yeah, I always have metal pipes on my wooden ladder, don't you? Like that.
This lead pipe could help me to repair the gas lines.
Is that part of a hammer?
A broken hammer. I will
Yeah.
have to find a handle. Part of a perfume atomizer.
Alright, well... Alright, let's... Can I mix those together? Good, okay, there we go. Rusted iron dishes. Stick. Ah, that'll be part of a hammer. No? Oh. Wooden pole for hammer. Stick? Other stick. There we go. I was just selecting the wrong stick. No, do I need to make hammer and nails? Nope. Wooden pole. Wooden pole. Wooden pole. No? I can't bung those together either. Alright, I was just... probably missing a stick. Hey, I've got the crockery. Do you want it back?
How is your investigation going, Mr. Holmes?
No, not that.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
I wanted to... There we go. Hey, talk to you.
How is your investigation going, Mr. Holmes?
Here is the crockery you asked. No, you
Thank
don't want
you,
the crockery that
goodbye.
I found.
Goodbye,
Alright, okay.
Mr. Holmes.
Oh,
Water.
water. Can I wash the
Water.
dishes in it? No. Oh, can I fill up the atomizer with it?
Water.
No. I don't know what I want to do with water then. Oh, ho ho. What are you then sticking on the side there?
This old cloth could be used as a mask. I
Ah.
must moisten my makeshift mask.
Yep, in the water over here.
There, this damp cloth will do for a mask.
Alright, but where do I put together the ladder? Because I'm not going to go into the building and then start building the ladder. Do I need it? Right, now there's... There, okay.
This window appears to be the only way out.
The only way out. And the way in? Is this Dr. Tumulty's place?
Closed.
You should have said locked. Is this Dr. Tumulty's place?
Closed.
So is this one open? Once you have all the items, build the item in your inventory. Well, I thought I had done that, but obviously not. I don't have all of the items. Must be missing a stick or something then. Unless I haven't tried combining stick with stick. There we go. Haha! Stick. That was 2 sticks that needed to go together. There we go. There. Ladder. Right, ladder. Come with me to the bottom of this.
I hope this ladder will support my weight.
Well, what a cliffhanger to end it on. Will the ladder support Holmes' weight? Why not come back on Sunday to find out about Point and Click Sunday and more continuation of Holmes versus the Ripper. Dun dun dun. But before then, of course, we have more games every single day of the week, because why wouldn't I subject myself to talking for 2.5 hours into the void? Well, not quite the void, but I mean, I don't get any talking back at me. Text replies, etc. are indeed appreciated, and I enjoy them, but, you know, shrug shoulders. Yes, and tomorrow we will be starting a new game, because the Ascent was good, but there were too many niggly things on it for me to want to continue streaming that. So there we go, and we will probably be picking up with Death Trash tomorrow, which is a game that is released on the day after that, on the 5th, according to my Steam, which might be the 6th in your country, or the 4th in other places, depending on the actual release time. There's a demo out of it. I want to play through the demo to see if it is actually any good and whether I should be purchasing it, because it is something that is on my wish list, and it is a weird Cthulhian kind of point and click, kind of not adventure that, you know, looks vaguely interesting. So we're going to have a look at the demo of that tomorrow and see what it is. You too can look at the demo up there on Steam, and it will be there even after the game is released, or I think it's being released into early access. So it's not quite finished yet, but still, that will be interesting. But until then, I thank you all for being here, whether live and in person, or hello Clown Jules, goodbye Clown Jules, thank you for being here, and hello, goodbye Roundoozy, and Richards, and Narcanel, and anybody else who was on here who I unfortunately missed out. Sorry about that. But anyway, as I was saying, thank you all so very much for being here, live and in person, or later on the VOD. I do appreciate each and every one of you. But until next time. Oh, well, this is not going to work out. Until next time, first of all, let's save the game. Until next time, I have been Richard, and this has been LMTDTMFFR. Or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And I Need to exit the game in order to actually switch anything over here. So enjoy seeing whatever it is you're seeing right now. And then I say, good night, everyone. Have fun.